defenders, I think, is like.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, bro. Come on.
People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in. Now, as you can probably see by the title, Arsenal won 3-0 against Lyon. Now, obviously, there's literally no such things as friendlies in football. There is a trophy on the line, bit of a meaningless trophy. Spurs fans probably wish they could be in it. But anyways, we beat Lyon 3-0. We won the penalty shootout, and I can't lie, I was criticizing the fact of, oh, why is there penalties and extra points and all this BS in relation to, you know, we won the game in it, but it made it a bit light. First thing I'd say, big up Hein. Now, obviously, the context of this game are very different from doing it in cup competition or at the Emirates in front of fans or in a more meaningful game. But in a nice way, you always want your keeper to have nothing to do within the game. When he's called upon, he did the thing. Penalty shootout, he won the draw. I love my Arsenal youngsters, but I can't lie. We need to work on our penalties still. We need to work on our penalties. You know, was it Arsenal youngsters, the Japanese or the Spanish played at the World Cup? I did like the confidence that Sergeant Catalan showed for his chip. It didn't bang. Lyon's penalties weren't much better. Waters, boy, I don't know what he was doing there. Rumors say the ball's still in the air in it. Partey be proud of that. Well, not this season's Partey, but on a serious note, I think all the young players then when they came on did well. For me, I think Koza Jubri put himself around quite a lot. You know, Miles Lewis Skelly's a lovely player. He reminds me, I don't like to use Spurs as an example, but he reminds me a lot of Moussa Dembele. We need to let these young players develop. We need to slow cook them, like Arteta says. We need to not gas them up. They're going to go through trials and tribulations. Like even one clip that's going viral of Miles, rightly so, he scored in the game and he showed his fantastic mentality. But in that game, he was actually dilly-dallying in midfield and he got his pocket picked. I expect that of a 16-year-old. Miles did well. You know, for me, he clearly comes from a good family, good upbringing, all of that stuff. He's a good person. You saw in the All or Nothing what he's doing for charity, and he's a bloody good footballer. Got good size on him, can carry the ball, wants the ball from the centre-backs, not afraid to make mistakes. I really think him and Ethan, you know, by the time they're 18, I think they'll be Arsenal first-team players, you know, in some capacity. So I think all the young players did well. Nathan put himself about, unfortunately didn't score. Matt Smith came on and kept things tidy. Big up to Tyler Ferran as well, and Sosa and Waters, and boy, big up to all of them, and shout out Arteta for giving them some minutes as well. So I'm happy with how our young players performed. I'm happy with what Carl Hein, you know, he was a hero, you know, penalty shootout, you know, he was moving like the Moroccan keeper Bono. He was moving mad, you know, really. He did his thing and he kept his concentration because across 90 minutes, he weren't called upon. Relation to excluding the penalties and just the 90 minutes, we did our job in it. I think as the first half went on, we started to be a bit more clinical in the final third. Yes, our key players aren't there. Well, you know, we've lost a bit of fitness because we're not playing week in, week out. We are a bit disjointed. You are going to lose a lot of fluidity. But only in the second half when Lyon made subs and the game was kind of gone, did it, and we brought on young players, did it look like an even contest. You know, first half, the goals were good. Eddie Nketiah, anytime you can score or play well, pre-season, mid-pre-season game or not, it's always good. You know, so it was lovely. I loved the second goal, the move which led to it with Fabio Vieira, who could have done better with some opportunities before that. Off topic, one has to wonder, had Marquinhos of squared it, it could have been 4-0, or had he, you know, not have hit the bar, or if Nelson early on. But I enjoyed the second goal. It was a good move. Felt like we overplayed it potentially, but it's a rocket from Fabio Vieira. I did like Eddie Nketiah's goal because, you know, we've countered attacks from our own side of the pitch, our own end of the pitch, to theirs. I believe it was Lokonga. He's played a lovely ball to the right-hand side. Fabio Vieira's done the legwork. Eddie Nketiah's done what he's essentially paid for, put the ball in the back of the net. Obviously, Gabriel scored from a header. It's always nice because we're set piece FC. And we just did, you know, we kept things ticking over. The majority of the game was played in their half. We had some good moves. You know, Nelson technically got an assist as well. So I don't think it's a game where anyone played amazing, but, you know, there's spots up for grabs. Everybody starts again from zero. Unless you're Martin Odegaard or Gabriel, it's not confirmed if you're going to play against West Ham. So everybody's laying down a marker, especially in the absence of certain other players. You've got Smith Rowe to come back. You've got all the boys that have just recently exited the World Cup / still at the World Cup to come back. And second half of the season, we're going to need everyone, specifically Lokonga, Fabio Vieira, Tierney, all of these guys who have been a bit part players in the first half of the season. We're going to need everyone to go with bringing in some players in January. But yeah, there's not much more to say. We did well. We scored 3 goals. Good for the traveling fans. Good for the fans watching the game. All I can say is, we just need to be that percentage better, fitter, get minutes in the legs to build upon our defeat against Watford in England, do what we need to do against Lyon and AC Milan. I think we've got Juventus at the Emirates when we come back, and then it's showtime in it, because we ain't got no time to waste, really. You look at our fixtures from now, well, to the end of the season, but from now to at least, I would say March, January. Let's start with January. We kick off against West Ham, who the manager's job's on the line. Then you've got a tough trip to Brighton away, which you're always scared of. You got Spurs away, you got Manchester United, you got Newcastle, who nobody wants to play at this moment in time. So yeah, we just need to keep ticking over. We did our job. Dramatic penalties. The only thing I can say is the young bulls them got to work on penalties, but I think the young players gave a good account of themselves. The only penalties you miss are the ones you don't take, and I think they all showed big bollocks, really. To smash penalties, smashed it over, to chip a penalty, even Lyon, like the 2 Panenka penalties did not bang at all. But I like the confidence. It's difficult. Yeah, to us, it's a meaningless game and that, but you got thousands of people watching it, thousands, if millions watching it as well across the world. It's very different doing that, in front of everyone to doing that maybe at under 18s, 21s level. So I'm proud of everybody, all the young G's who got minutes. I'm happy Arteta did that. I'm happy with our first team players for just getting the job done. Happy that nobody's injured, because you're a bit nervous now with Jesus, with the fact that for whatever reason Zinchenko's not about. Pardon me. So there isn't too much more to say, man. I was really impressed with Miles Lewis-Skelly in the minutes he played. Shout out to Hein, who also impressed in the penalty shootout. We scored our goals. We keep it moving, innit? And now let's prepare for, I believe, AC Milan. And once we play AC Milan, I think we're done after that, really. That's the buy-in, and we come back to play Juventus, and it's showtime, really, as the World Cup draws to a conclusion. And obviously, we resume Premier League action. So that's all I've got to say in the game. Please smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, check out the playlist. And, if you watch the game or watch the highlights or whatever, please let me know your own opinions, people. Most importantly, stay blessed, stay safe, stay in good health. Wishing you and your loved ones good health. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't. And I'll see you lot in a bit, man. People, take care, stay blessed. I'll catch you in a bit.
There's always just that
Attacking when defending.
I think it's like